I can't. There's a circus in the parking lot. There's a circus going on right there. And here's the cemetery. There's the big top. And this is the big drop.
I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
Everybody, how you doing? Today here I am in Nyack, New York. I'm at Palisades Mall. This mall is huge. I'm on the opposite side of where now I'm by a Target. I came in on the opposite side where there's, well, whatever I showed, I can't remember now. Dick's, Sporting Goods, AMC, movie theaters. I walked through it, it's huge. It's a huge mall and there's not a lot of people in it. Some shut down stores, but you know, they had a Foot Locker, Champs, the usual stores I frequent, and you know, it wasn't bad, but very, very dead. It's known as a dead mall, and it's the 13th biggest mall in America. I think it's like 2,300 square feet, something like that. But that can't be right. 2,300 is what I read. It's 2.2 million square feet. 2.2 million. And behind me, you're going to see that sign right there, Moor Cemetery. So there is a cemetery in the parking lot. I'm going to tell you why it's here, how it's here. We're going to see together what it's like. Let me show you the inside of the mall. That's just some footage I took as I was walking around. And this mall was built in like 1999. And right away it was like disparaged for its appearance. And as you saw, they said it was very, very bleak and uninviting. I quote, it said, a series of interlocking caskets lacking any discernible architectural theme. And it's true, it just looks like a bunch of big buildings put together. Like it's not, I don't know, there's no glass, it's just a weird looking mall. But I don't know how to get into this cemetery. There's a fence around it, but it says open from dusk till dawn. So let's try and figure out how we're gonna get into this cemetery. I really don't know. As I'm driving around, I can't tell you how frustrating this is because there seems to be, you're gonna see a car pass you right now. Oh, it's just not passing, it's stopping, I'm not sure why. But you can't, it's a very steep drop. It must be somehow down there. The entrance must be down there. I gotta drive all the way back around. I've been in my car for a while. I'm trying to find the entrance. Well, after making a few turns that I shouldn't have made, no right turn here, no left turn there. Looks like I found, I hope, the entrance to Moor Cemetery. I had a lot of information on it, but it looks like the sign is going to tell us everything. 1849 is where it started. I hope I can get in. Where is the entrance? Is there an entrance over there? Looks like there might be. No, it's not actually. I thought it was going to be run down for some reason. But I'm really impressed. Palisades Mall. This is very, very nice, actually. the quote unquote, this burying ground for colored people was deeded on July 7th, 1849 by James Benson and Jane Benson, his wife, to William H. Moore, Stephen Samuels, and Isaac Williams, trustees. The cemetery has provided burial space for quote unquote colored people, including veterans of the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World Wars I and II, and the Korean War. The grounds have been maintained since 1940 by the Mount Moor Cemetery Association. Incorporated. Step out. Okay. So, Rockland County Historical Society. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's a National Historic Site. I did not know that. I thought this was going to be way more just like, just not taken care of. And it is. It's beautiful. Right in the shadow of a Barnes & Noble bookstore and Dick's Sporting Goods, like they said. They said it was, when I read online, it said on a hill, in the shadows of Target and Dick's. And correct. Wow. Don't see this too often at all. Now there's somebody here I'm looking for. Logan Lafayette. You see that? I can't see where I'm pointing. Yeah, right in the middle there. Logan Lafayette. Logan Lafayette. He fought in the Civil War. The Massachusetts 54th Regiment, I believe it was. That was the first black regiment in the North. And if you saw the movie Glory with Denzel Washington, Matthew Broderick, based on that, he was in the first black regiment. So from what I know, I don't know, we're gonna have to climb up here. Well, maybe this way is the best way. Climbing over things. So in the company that is Pyramid, they're called, when they wanted to build this mall, they had this swath of land, and they thought it was perfect, and then they found out, no, not so perfect because there is a cemetery here. So they offered to have the graves disinterred or relocated to another cemetery, but that was rightfully denied. It was a no. There's an offer of $100,000 to sell the cemetery, and they said no. Whoa, and you gotta watch your step. But back in the day, you know, all these like little, like this happened a lot where cemeteries were just either bulldozed over. I've done countless stories. You can look at my channel. And Mount Moor stood tall and said, no, we're not leaving, because you know, all these gigantic malls and outdoor, you know, like the cinemas that you see. I'm trying to think of those stores, like Costco's and all that, all the things, all the big ones. Just meant Walmart. Always. Paved over. Sometimes they moved them, sometimes they didn't. I'd like to find Logan Lafayette's grave. I think that'd be very interesting. Wow, so many heroes. So many heroes here. Surrounded by them. Cook. Served in Korea. Henry William Cook. Reverend Moses Cook. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful job of fixing it up, maybe keeping it clean up, and just keeping it here. There's graves all over. How many people drive by that into the underground parking right there, don't even look to their left and realize there's a cemetery here? Well, maybe they do, and they just don't. Some people don't care. But everybody here seems to be some sort of hero, if you ask me. And not just because they served, and thank you for your service to everybody here, but also because they outlasted things like this. They're still here. There's Logan right there. Wow. Isn't that cool? Logan Lafayette. Wish I could have a rock for everyone here. Amazing. I think, how many people are buried? Around 90 people. So I'm not walking over it. Apparently it was here. Nothing. Nobody's buried underneath here. It's where the headstones are. Oh, this one's falling over, it looks like. You see some really old ones, right? Amazing. And as you see with the flags, a lot of people are still coming out here. I don't think anybody's, well, what's that up there? That looks like a newer one. But it could be a new headstone to replace one that had been broken or fallen. I don't think there's anybody, I don't think anybody can be buried in here now. Now this is a historic site. So this says died, 1900. Wow. George Jackson. So I was just right there. When I was trying to figure out how to get in, I was right there on that side. So if you are trying to get here, if you're in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, close to Nyack, come around to where, what was that? Barnes and Nobles is. And you can park your car right down there. Now, this floral display here, I could be wrong. There could be a grave here that there's no marker for. It seems odd that it's here without a gravestone, a headstone. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe there are some without headstones. Wow. This hill is extremely steep. If you have trouble with broken off, broken into pieces even. But it's left. Stay, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way it should be. Maybe they get around to fixing it. But, like I said, tremendous job at keeping this cemetery here. And it's absolutely incredible. This, I can't, there's a circus in the parking lot. There's a circus going on right there. And here's the cemetery. There's the big top. And this is the big drop. Wow. This is very, 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 very steep here. Very, very steep. Careful. I think I'm more telling myself. I'm taking you around. That's it. We've seen almost all the graves here. Isn't that incredible? Wow. John Sarvant. Abigail Sarvant. Mary Sarvant. Oh, no. Oh, aged 83. Okay. I thought it was going to be a child's grave. It's the whole Sarvant family. Wow. Hezekiah Easter, Private U.S. Army, World War I. Hey, he died in 1986. Wow, amazing. Oh, 2007 here. Another Hezekiah, Corporal U.S. Army. 1921, World War II, so I'm thinking that's the son. And this Ruth D. Easter would be possibly the wife of this Hezekiah. Huh. Henry Thompson, aged 51 years. I think it's something like that, right? Amazing. Wow. All right, I may have had my workout for the day. Got my steps in. If that's still something we're doing, getting our steps in. Our phones are telling us this all the time. Get your steps in. Move your move circle or whatever it is. Rest in peace to everybody on this sacred ground. And you know, maybe I said the mall's not attractive or whatever, but you know what? They did right. They did right by keeping the cemetery here. I mean, they made offers, but they didn't, you know. I don't know how it went down, actually. I think about it, maybe they did better, but it's here. So thank you to the mall and to the Mount Moor Association that's keeping us like this. Pretty amazing. Thanks for watching, everybody, and rest in peace to everybody here. All heroes. Heroes. Surrounded by. I love you all. Peace out. Just leaving. There's Mount Moor Cemetery Association. So there's dedicated November 11th, 2003. You can freeze on that if you want to read the names. Oh, and there, look. One Hezekiah Easter, we were just talking about one of the Easters. President Emeritus. So, even though he's no longer on the board, he keeps his title as president. Very cool. Thank you to all these people.